So did the idea that they had purchased the car change in your discussions with them, with the defendant?
Yes.
All right. Tell the court what the nature of the communication was, please.
That they had, my mom had originally brought the truck in, that they had done work on it, and that in that work they had offered to buy the truck from my mom. And then that was when I had, after that, seen the text asking for the title to the truck. So the truck was brought in, they had allegedly done work on it, and then they bought the truck from her.
All right. Do you know what work was done?
No.
Have you ever gotten an invoice for any work done by the defendant on that vehicle?
No.
Have you ever received any receipts that your mother may have given them for monies paid by her to them?
No.
Was there a probate done of your mother's estate?
No. Not that I know of.
All right. Did you do any checking of her financial affairs to see if there were any checks made out to the defendant in this case?
As much as I could. The bank wouldn't give me her information. She had just recently passed away, and I didn't have a death certificate, and I couldn't follow up on that. But
right.
The accounts that she did have open, there was no proof.
All right. Now, what was the condition of the truck as far as you know? Or let me ask you this: how long had your mother had the truck, that is, before she passed?
2 years.
All right. And so you don't really know what the condition of the truck was at that time?
At the last time I saw her was in August of 2020, and so at that time the truck was running, I believe. It was either August or some. Yeah, as far as I know.
All right, and remind me of when this occurred. This, let me direct your attention, I guess, to the first. Your mom, you said, passed when?
In March 8th of 2020. So sorry, it was 2019. Sorry, the year prior.
Okay,
that is when I saw the truck.
So you'd last seen her August of 19, correct?
Correct.
And she passed in May of 20?
March of 20.
March of 20, I'm sorry. And then that's when your discussions with the defendant began in the case.
Correct.
All right. And so what are you requesting from the court today, please?
Either the truck or the sum of money equal to the value of the truck.
Now, is this truck paid for?
Yes.
All right. And what do you say the value of the truck is at this time?
Give me 1 second. It is sorry, I'm trying to read the exact number on the contract.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading the contract that I signed with a GCU for the truck to get.
Well, but it would be whatever the value is today. In other words, yeah, it would be the Blue Book value today. Do you have any idea what that would be?
Oh, no. I put 7,000 on that truck, so that's 7,000.
And okay.
Or what I put on that on the claim. I'm trying to find it right now.
What do you mean by the claim?
On
what you filed with the court?
Yes.
And do you believe that to be the value of the truck at the time you filed?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Sir, did you ever have any personal dealings with Discount Auto for the repair or the purchase of the vehicle?
No.
Did you ever personally meet Chris or his brother Enrique?
I met Chris, not his brother Enrique.
Where did you meet him?
I met Chris at the Discount Auto Center.
So you went to the facility searching for a vehicle that you didn't turn into him, is that correct?
At that time, I was not searching for a vehicle. I was asking what was the deal with the text.
You paid $7,000 for a 2007 Silverado, and today in 2020, 13 years later, you're asking for the same $7,000 value of that truck? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That car hasn't diminished, that truck hasn't diminished in value in 14 years, sir?
That not that I know of, sir.
Okay, so do you have any other vehicles, sir?
Yes.
And what type of vehicle do you have now?
I have a white sedan.
What's the year of it?
It is 2013.
All right, sir. Is that car today worth the same amount as when you purchased that vehicle?
I don't know.
So how do you know that this vehicle is worth $7,000 14 years later?
Because that is what I showed that I paid on the contract when I paid for it, the truck.
So what's the value today, sir?
I would assume the same value.
You have no idea. Isn't that true?
I would assume it's the value that I paid for it.
And again, if the vehicle was at a garage mechanic store, mechanic garage, it would be there because there needed repairs, right?
It may be, I'm not sure.
You
There
wouldn't
could
take
be
you wouldn't take your 2013 vehicle to a garage unless it needed repairs, right?
could be.
There would be no reason for you to take a car to a garage, right?
It could be for maintenance.
Okay, sir. And do you know, after the 2 years that you left this vehicle with your mom, if that vehicle was operating correctly?
No, I don't know.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, when you gave your mom the car, did you transfer the title to her?
No,
So you kept the title with you, you moved to Georgia and left her the vehicle, correct?
correct.
Now, you said she died in 2020 or 2019, but then you
2000
said you saw
Okay.
her in August of 2019. How did that happen?
I made a mistake. She died on March of 2020, and I saw
Okay.
her on August of 2019.
When did you move to Savannah, sir?
I moved to Savannah in September 2017.
All right. So did you bring the vehicle to El Paso for her, or did she bring it from Georgia to El Paso?
The vehicle was bought in El Paso, so it never was in Georgia.
So you gave it to her in 2017.
I believe I gave it to her prior to 2017.
Okay, before you moved,
Correct.
because you had no use for the vehicle and your mom needed vehicle, right?
I had use for a vehicle, but she needed a vehicle, so I
Okay.
bought the truck for her to use.
And you never spoke to your mom concerning the repairs needed, correct?
Correct.
So how did you know to show up to Discount Auto to look for your vehicle? How did you know to show up there?
Some in February 29th of 29 February 29th, 2020. My mom was in declining health. It was noticeable that her affairs needed to start being set in order. In doing so, I went through her cell phone. In her cell phone, there was a text that said that we think it is unfair that we've given you the money for the truck and that we do not have the deed in our possession.
All right. So in
I-
2019, you knew that they had possession of the vehicle.
No, this was February 2020.
Okay, sir. And you indicated that your mom had passed away 6 months later, in August.
No, I saw her in August prior.
Okay. So in essence, sir, how long was that vehicle with Discount Auto Repair before you knew about it?
I don't know.
So if it had been there 6 months, a year, you have no clue.
Correct.
You don't know anything about any contracts you had because you never made any negotiations with Mr. Chris about the payment of the vehicle, receipt of the vehicle, or repair of the vehicle.
The first time I met with Mr. Chris was sometime at the end of February, beginning of March. So anything before that, I had no contact with him.
So you have no idea what arrangements he had made with your mom for the sale of the car or the repair of the truck, right?
If there were arrangements, I wouldn't know about it.
That's right. And you don't know about it. So your claim is for a value of a vehicle that you claim is yours, but you've really lost contact with it since 2017.
No, I knew that she had it. And so in the times that I visited my mom, I saw that she was in possession of it.
Well, you saw her in August of 2019. She passes
Correct.
in March of 2020. So we're
Mhm.
talking about approximately 8 months later.
Correct.
So you hadn't seen that vehicle in 8 months.
Correct.
And the vehicle was with him in February.
Correct.
So that's almost a year, correct?
No, 6 months.
Okay, so your claim is that you think the vehicle should be yours because the title is yours, and you don't know if repairs were made, if repairs were done, or for payment of repairs, they were to keep the vehicle, right?
Sorry, can you repeat yourself again?
Well, the question is, if the vehicle is yours, the title is yours, but your mom turns it over to an independent individual to repair the vehicle, you would think you'd be responsible for the repair value, right?
If it was sent in for repairs.
Well, okay. So why else would it be at a garage, sir, if it wasn't there for repairs?
I don't know. That is what I'm asking for proof.
Well, that's my point. The basis of your lawsuit is to prove by a preponderance of the evidence that you have a claim for a vehicle that you don't know was repaired, don't know if it was sold. All you know is you gave it up 2.5, almost 3 years earlier. That's your claim.
No, my claim that it's my vehicle. I knew that where it was for the 2 years because I had visited El Paso, her in essence, and seen the vehicle. And so all I know is that the truck is in his possession for some sort of repair that he says was done to it. That I don't know if there's proof of it.
And you don't know if there's proof. You don't know the proof of anything because you made no dealings with Chris.
Correct. I have not made dealings with Chris.
So your lawsuit is based on thinking that the vehicle, you're entitled to it because you have the title. The title is under your name, but you hadn't seen it for years.
Sorry, can you repeat your statement?
You've got the title. You gave it to your mom. You entrusted it to your mom. Is that true?
Interest, yes. I let her use it.
Of course you did. And again, she takes care of it or works on it or gets it fixed for over 2 years before you are aware of it. And then it's in the shop for over a year. And now you're asking for the full value of this vehicle. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that the vehicle was in the shop for over a year because last time I saw her was once again in August 2019, and she passed away in March. So August is 4 months, 12 months in a year. So from August to December, that is 4 months.
Right.
And then from January to March, or beginning of March, is 3 months.
That's 7 months.
That's not, okay, 7 months, so not the year.
And in those 7 months, sir, when you went to see your mom in August, did you see the truck there?
I believe so, yes.
It's either you did or you didn't.
Yes.
Pass this witness, yes.
Nothing further from this witness, Your Honor. I'd call the defendant.
Judge, the defendant's not present, Judge.
Okay. Anything further?
No, sir.
Minna, do you have anything?
No, Judge.
Mr. Zamudia, do you have any of those texts?
Yes.
Is there an amount mentioned in the text?
Of amount that they paid, or
Yeah, amount they paid or amount that they're charging for repairs, any amounts of anything.
No, sir.
Okay,
I have a police report mentioning that that they made $1,200 in repairs and that they have a storage fee.
okay. Mr. Minute, you have nothing from Discount Auto as far as repairs or payments or,
No, Judge. In reality, I showed this marked for the 18th at 10:30, but I marked it for March the 18th instead of February, so my client was not informed to be here. But Judge, this has been passed 2 or 3 times. We needed to move forward.
okay. The vehicle, it's a 2007 Chevy Silverado,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
a single cab or double cab or
Extended cab. Yeah.
how many miles did it have on it?
Honestly, I don't remember. And she drove it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, Your Honor.
When you bought it when?
I bought it in November of 2016.
And you bought it for $7,000?
Yes, let me get you the exact amount if you give me 1 second. For $8,127.75. Sorry.
Is that with tax and everything?
Yes, that
So
is
how
the
much-
amount that was financed to me from the
You don't know
bank.
You don't know how much it was. Did you put anything down?
No. All right, let me see if I
So-
put anything down. No, I don't believe so.
So that's with tax and everything. So it's going to be less than that amount that you purchased it for.
I would assume so, yeah, and yes, if that's what the bank paid.
Okay, how many miles on it? Does it have the mileage on it there? When you bought it?
Let me look for it right now. No, sir.
So without evidence of a payment or a repair, the vehicle was Mr. Zamudio's. I mean, that's uncontested, I assume. You know, I could look up the value, or I could just. I'm just going to assume the vehicle value is $3,000. I don't have any evidence of the miles or evidence of the condition. It's certainly not worth what you paid for it. So my judgment's going to be for $3,000.
Thank you, Judge.
Sorry, Your Honor. Does he have the truck? On the claim, I either have the truck or the $3,000. One or.
I'm giving judgment for the $3,000.
Okay.
Any other questions from either side?
No, sir.
Oh,
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, Danny, if you wanted, call me, maybe we can talk about it if there's other
course,
ways
Judge.
to resolve it.
Sure. Thank you, Greg.
Okay.
Judge,
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
We'll email you a copy of the judgment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.